have, we can keep it brief. Mick's going to come up and talk about Aging 2.0 a little bit. Then we have our guest of honor, Lori Orlov. She's going to have a compelling conversation with you all. And then we have a panel of esteemed guests. And we got 6 chairs now, so you guys, well, hopefully they won't lean back and fall off the stage. All right, so before we get started, I always like to play my commercial. And I'm going to play it here in a second.
Older adults see tech everywhere. Their kids and grandkids are using it. But it's so complicated with so many options. In just a few years, there could be 1 billion confused older adults. Meanwhile, big tech is searching for the next big thing. They ask themselves, how can I get more features? How can I get more functions? Then there's Tech for Aging, hoping big tech will notice. Tech for Aging is solving problems: dementia, medicine, mobility. But in many ways, doing in a vacuum. How do we cross this great divide? The goal of the Avenidas Generations Lab is to help bridge the divide to build the ecosystem. Join together, work together to create great products. Great products that we can use, buy, and enjoy. For more information, go to www.avenidas.org/generationslab or call 650-289-5400.
So, you guys are all Tech for Aging. There's actually big tech in here as well. And so, this message is really addressed to all of you guys. You know, there's a statement in here that talks about, hey, big tech's looking for the next big thing. Well, I'm kind of here to tell you that the next big thing in terms of the marketplace is already here. You know, you've heard this number before. I think it's really popular, about $7 trillion worth of economic activity. Also laid on top of that, kind of the disposable income spends by generation. And you can really see where the money is. You know, the baby boomers, the Gen X people, the most financially prepared people in the world right now. Right? And so they're the big people who are spending and buying, and they're also aging. Okay? So a little bit about Generations Lab. So Generations Lab is a program of Avenidas, right? We're really built on 3 pillars, one of which is to explore, engage, and shape. Right? If I talk about it in terms of product life cycles or products, I talk about explore as teaching and learning about mature ecosystem products. We're talking about desktops, tablets, smartphones, things that work, right? They just automatically work. And when we talk about engage, we're really talking about things like smart homes. You know, which hub do I need to use? Which wearable works with what? Right? Do I buy an Apple HomePod, or do I buy a Google Home or Amazon Echo? And then really what we focused on, especially with this group here, is the shape. Right? The shape piece is really important because, again, as we get 1 billion people over 65, the 2B products has got to be really age-friendly. All right, so a little more, right? From the exploration standpoint, we're working with Senior Plan, who's out of New York. We're going to try to bring their 2,000-page curriculum out here to the West Coast. They're the leading group in working in this area. In the Engage piece, we're really introducing immature ecosystem products through experiential programs, such as our new building that we're having up here in Palo Alto opening next year. And then in the shape area, we're really kind of professing this whole time of being interoperable and being accessible and really having ease of use. Right? I've worked with lots of you folks here. I'm working with lots of other people. We preach the same message. Right? Interoperable, things got to work together. It's got to be accessible, and again, easy to use. Okay? Our path to kind of the technology engagement, we've really segmented this in 3 different areas. Those who are technically averse, and I didn't notice there's no age on this at all. It's really technically averse. We have to really be in person. We got to be hands-on. We got to teach people. Right? We want to have local events. And we talk about kind of those who are using appropriate technology. Kind of look towards a hybrid choice. Hybrid being physical and some virtual, and maybe a little bit of distance learning, but also some in-person touch and feel. We also look for use of transportation or things that will help with mobility. And then we also have those tech ventures, right? Who are first to contact this technology. And those are the people we really want to see. stoke their intellectual curiosity. Right? We want to make sure that we reach out and touch them and really focus those people on the shaped activities of what we do here at the Application Generation Lab. All right, and again, we're going to keep repeating this. Our mission for SHAPE is interoperable, accessible, and ease of use. And if we keep those three things in mind, I think we'll be able to serve our public really well. Okay? This is my last slide, right? It is more of a kind of a preach. Right? I was just having this conversation with somebody here today about how diverse the older population is. And if you start looking at whether you're a millennial or a Gen Xer or a baby boomer, there's some similar experiences. We didn't have the diversity of experiences that those who are over 65 have had. There's racism, there's the Great Depression, there's World War II, there's the Korean War. All these things were life-altering events. And how we address them and how we meet our people and how we approach them to be able to get to them and get them to use technology or new products is really, we have to understand. And it's very difficult. And you can't do that unless we take a user-centered design approach to it. I stole these 3 circles from IDEO, and we always talk about business viability, and we understand that. We understand the technical viability. But we really have to go back to the people. Right? We have to be able to make things desirable. And if we can get to that cross-section, then we can really innovate. Right? And that's kind of my overarching message here for tonight. All right.